Russell of Hotels. You know that live hospitality talk show that everyone's talking about? Today is show number 341, and we're about to get started. So don't worry about it. You can go get your drink of water, your soda, your beer, and your popcorn, okay? Because the show hasn't started yet. So this is just the monologue part of it. So it just kind of I just need to fine tune and make sure that I'm live on the platforms I'm supposed to be live on. So let me just go ahead and click on to Instagram just to make sure that we are live on there. But we should be the prime. Uh, I can't even. I don't even know what I'm trying to say. The the premier locations that I stream to are LinkedIn, YouTube, Facebook, and then Instagram. Although Instagram is on a separate thing, but I can still be live on there as well. So we are waiting for that to connect. Well, it's actually connected, but it's kind of works behind. But you don't need to know all that stuff. I'm just giving you some behind the scenes stuff. So I hope you guys are doing well. I do this every Tuesday. So On Air with Russell of Hotels comes on every Tuesday at 1 o'clock. Okay. 1 o'clock PST. Excuse me. So 1 o'clock here in Los Angeles, or yeah, I'm on the West Coast. West Coast is the best coast. So that means it's 4 o'clock on the East Coast. So hello, welcome to everyone on the East Coast that happens to be watching. If you don't watch it live, that's okay. I mean, of course, I would love people to watch it live and make comments in real time and all that stuff, and I can put your comments on the screen in real time as well. I mean, I love doing that, but it's okay. If you can't check it out live, it's okay to do it on the replay as well. I just love people watching. Okay. So, and always have something, well, at least I think it's something interesting to talk about. And today is no exception. But before I into all that, like I said, this is just not just, but this is the monologue part of it where I kind of, like I said, get some things out of the way, make sure I'm functioning like I'm supposed to be. But I wanted to send a quick shout out to Boom, Miss Nicole Riggin. She's the corporate director of global sales for Sage Hospitality. Now, she invited me to an event last night. I actually went, right? Believe it or not, I actually went. So she represents Sage Hotel is a management company that operates, I'm not sure how many hotels, but several or maybe several hotels in the Los Angeles area, but they have hotels all over the United States. But she's their global sales. So she's corporate director of global sales. So anything, she goes to a lot of the different trade shows or whatever. Maybe the local sales managers can't make it. Maybe she goes in their place, right? And then all the leads come to her, and she basically, disseminates them to the proper hotels. So she invited me because I met her at IPEC. See, that's why relationships are good. It's good to meet people. It's good to have one-on-one appointments, meetings, or whatever, because you just never know the synergies you're going to create or the opportunities to partner with someone. Okay. Or maybe you have groups for that particular hotel, or maybe one of the hotels she happens to represent. So I met her at IPEC, and then maybe about a month ago, she reached out, email, hey, it was great meeting you, blah, blah, blah. Hey, I'm going to be in Los Angeles on the 27th, and we're going to be doing a reception at the Hotel Perla. Perla. I still don't even know what the hell the name of that hotel is. It's either the Hotel Per LA or Hotel Perla, Perla. But it's like a gap in between the Per and the LA. So I'm like, is it Hotel Per LA? Well, anyway, regardless of that, it's an autograph collection. Okay. So that's all we need to know. It's a very nice hotel, rooftop bar. In fact, you know what? Let me stop. I think I took a couple photos and I just want to share them with you. Boom. So autograph. Okay, so Hotel Per LA. That's why I'll just call it Per LA. Once again, it's an autograph collection, which means it's part of Marriott. Okay, it's part of the Marriott family, so you can get your Bonvoy points and all that stuff. So this is at the reception. This is on the rooftop. If you didn't know that Hotel Per LA has a rooftop, well then, damn it, now you know. 241 guest rooms, 5,500 square feet of meeting space. You need to check it out. It's one of those hotels that was built in the 1920s. It was formerly the Bank of Italy. See, a lot of people don't even know I know the history of the hotel. It was formerly the Bank of Italy, and it's been refurbished. I mean, it's just a lot of character, A great hotel. And I talked to some people last night that happened to be planners or meeting planners or whatever. They raved about the hotel. They raved about the service because I never stayed there, nor have I had a group that stayed there before. But the people that have, the people that were there, they were just ranting and raving. They're foaming at the mouth talking about Hotel Perla or Hotel Per LA. So it comes highly, recommended by a lot of colleagues, if you will. This is, another view of the rooftop. Some people, and they had food, they had drinks. It was just a 2 hour kind of reception kind of thing, but it was very nice and very well worth it. I'm glad I went. Glad I got to meet some people, made some connections with, some people within that particular hotel, which were the people are in the sales department, and then also some other Sage hotels throughout the U.S. Because today, I think this week, HB or Helms Briscoe is having their national convention. I think that's what they call it. So you got a lot of people in town, a lot of hotel people in town because they're attending the Helms Briscoe event. So Helms Briscoe is a group of hotel meeting planners or hotel site selection people like myself. Although I'm independent, right? So I'm an independent person. I have my own business or company called Russell of Hotels, right? Well, Helms Briscoe is similar to that, where they do a lot of sourcing, right? They do a lot of site selection, a lot of sourcing for their clients and and companies and organizations. Just similar to what I do, it's just that they have that name attached to them, and I have my own name attached to it. So, but that doesn't matter. I just wanted to let you know what was going on here in LA. I guess that's why I said that. So yeah. So and then one last photo. Did I show this one already? So this is the pool. Like I said, rooftop, everything. A lot of places to sit. And it was a nice day yesterday, and it turned out to be rather cold downtown at night as the sun was going down. But no, it's a great views, great hotel, great people. So once again, that is the shout out to Miss. Let's go back to the start. Shout out to Miss Nicole Riggin, Corporate Director, Global Sales for Sage Hospitality. And once again, this is who am I? Let me just hide that and let's get to it. Once again, this is show number 341. Appreciate you guys coming on. I will do the intro, and we're gonna get this party started. Let's see. Where am I? Yeah, everything has to have a song with me. I don't know why it is, but it just is. So anyway, give me a couple of minutes. We're gonna get this thing started. So I'm gonna do the intro, and then we'll be right back. I see Island Hotelier. Thank you so much for joining. He's joining on, he's joining over there on Instagram. So I do appreciate that. So thank you so much. So I have to go back and forth between this platform and Instagram because Instagram doesn't communicate with the platform that I use. Restream, but that's okay. But doesn't matter. I can go back and forth. So Instagram, Island Hotelier. Where are you located? Let me know where you're located. That's what I always like to ask. Where are people located? I love when people come on, but I want to know exactly where are you located. You have to give me your address or anything like that. Just the city is fine, okay? Or the country or anything like that. That'd be great. Not the country, because some people say, "Oh, I'm in the United States." No, the city in which you're located, please. I appreciate it. So let me just do the quick intro, and we'll be right back and get this party started. So give me 1 second. Be back in like a minute and 10 seconds. Hello, hello again. Thank you so much for joining On Air with Russell of Hotels. You know, that live hospitality talk show everyone's talking about. It is show number 341. Let me go ahead and hide that right there. But thank you guys so much for joining. I do this show, like I said, every Tuesday at 1 o'clock PST. I also do a show called The Daily Check-In with Russell of Hotels. It comes on Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. Kind of the same format. It's just a daily check-in is short. Well, it's supposed to be short. This one goes close to an hour. On air goes close to an hour because I have a little bit more content to go through. But today probably won't be an hour unless I talk that long. And I have comments, right? So it normally goes long when it becomes when I have comments and questions and things like that. But that's what I like. It's okay, right? I don't care if this thing go 2 hours. Well, no, I don't want to go 2 hours, but an hour is okay with me because I have plenty to talk about. I got plenty of air, got plenty of hot air to throw out there. So no, I appreciate you guys coming on. Appreciate you watching. Once again, shout out to Island Hotelier. Appreciate you, coming on over there on Instagram. So feel free to follow me on LinkedIn, YouTube. If you don't follow me, if you're not connected with me, please do so. You follow me or you connect with me, and I'll make sure I connect back with you as well. That's the deal, okay? So if you're on Facebook, if you're on Instagram, if you're on YouTube or LinkedIn, just connect with me, subscribe to my channel on YouTube, and then we'll go from there. So once again, like I said, I'll reciprocate. So if you connect with me, I'm gonna connect with you. That's what it's all about. That's a fair trade, I think. But anyway, once again, shout out to Miss Nicole Riggin. She's with Sage Hospitality. I think I mentioned that a little while ago. And just so you know, let me just show those photos again. Once again, Hotel per LA. I always showcase a hotel, right? This is not the hotel I'm showcasing today. This just happens to be kind of the shout out for last night, me getting invited to the event that Sage Hospitality put on, specifically Nicole Riggin, who is their global sales, the global corporate sales director, I believe. And so I appreciate her invite me. So I'm always when I get invited to things like that, I'm always going to give people shout outs because that's what I do. That's what I do. So, and I always want to showcase the hotel if I took some photos, and I happen to take some photos. So there you go. But that is not the hotel I'm showcasing today, right? But hey, they get their day in the sun as well. So, but the hotel I'm showcasing today is boom. I'll never do a show where I'm not doing this, right? So Pacific Palms Resort, which is located in Southern California, not too far from downtown Los Angeles. I'll say about 40 minutes or so. Yeah, I guess with the traffic as the crow flies. 40 minutes as the crow flies. I don't even know what that means. I don't know why I said that, but I said it. So, but yeah, about 40 minutes. I live in Los Angeles, so it takes about 40 minutes. Provided there's no traffic, there's no major traffic going on. If you're on the 10 freeway, going to transitioning to the 60 east, you get off on Azusa and then make a left and you'll run right into Pacific. No, you don't run right into it. You have to take another road up a hill, but you're running to Pacific Palms Resort, which is not far at all. And this happens to be the site of the Love Family Reunion. Now, I'm part of the Love Family. A lot of people don't know that. Maybe you do, but I'm part of the Love Family. And we're having a family reunion. And yeah, I'm the one that found the site for the family reunion. I've done it for years. So it's at Pacific Palms Resort. This used to be, because a lot of people say, well, where's that hotel at? I said, it's at the top of the hill in the City of Industry. That used to be another hotel, right? Yeah, it used to be the Sheraton back in the day. Back in the day, it was a Sheraton. It was called the Sheraton Industry Hills or Industry Hills Sheraton. Well, now it's Pacific Palms. It's been Pacific Palms for a while. 292 guest rooms, 45,000 square feet of meeting space. And we just happened to have a family reunion meeting, and we were discussing, all the things that are going to be going on, all the activities or whatever. And I thought it would be appropriate for me to show this hotel today. So to showcase that hotel today. So that's why I'm doing it. But any questions at all, feel free to reach out. I mean, questions about this or just questions in general or comments, I appreciate it. The chat is open. So go ahead and do it. So let me just go ahead and show you. This is the front desk area. The front desk area. a guest room. This is double, and most of the, of course, most of the family reunion will have the double doubles, and that's what those are. And of course, we play. Well, I don't play golf. I played one time. I mean, since this family reunion has been going on since the '90s, I think I played one time, and I sucked. And I said, you know what, I'm never doing this again. And but this is the first time we've had this all over. More likely, more, yeah, the Western states. Although we went as far as we did Oklahoma, one state. I mean, one reunion, but most of them have been in Southern California for the most part. We've had things in Palm Springs area as well, but none of them have ever been on a golf course. You would think if you had something in Palm Springs, you would have been on a golf course because most of the hotels, or not most, a lot of hotels in the Palm Springs area are on a golf course. Well, we've never done it, but we've always played golf. So there's an outing, the Saturday morning, people get up and they go play golf. I don't do that anymore because I do the barbecue now. Thank God for that. I'd rather burn up doing that than burn up playing golf. So, but this is the first time we've had a hotel that sits on not just one golf course, but two golf courses. So yeah, so Pacific Palm sits on the golf course, two 18 holes. So people just have to roll out of bed, go downstairs, get to the starter, and then get into the cart and go. They don't have to get in their cars to drive to the course, which they've done in recent years, right? So this is the first time we actually did that, and that's a good thing, right? So I have to showcase that. So if you have, groups that want to do team building or they play a lot of golf, well, then there you go. This is the place to be. And it's one of those hidden places, hidden jewels, hidden gems that I forgot about. I had sent out an RFP, quick story. I sent out the RFP months ago, right? And I remember receiving something from it, but it didn't really stick out. So I didn't pursue it. I didn't look at it. I just kept it going because I guess there was other destinations that I was looking at those hotels, right? And when we couldn't find, or I couldn't find, I guess a rate that was I guess comparable to what the family could pay, I went back and looked. I said, well, damn it, I'm gonna have to resend out this RFP. Well, then I started looking at the hotels that I didn't really pay attention to, and noticed that I've been getting responses or follow-ups from this particular hotel sales manager who's no longer there. His name was Julio, right? So I'm like, let me take a look at this. So I kept looking at it, and he kept sending me things like, hey, we're just following up, which a sales manager should do all the time, right? They should follow up, say, hey, I haven't heard from you. Are you still looking? Have you made a decision on where this group is going to be, where the family reunion is going to be held? And I started responding back to him, like, no, we haven't, I'm still, looking at other hotels. And then when the other hotels didn't work out or the rates weren't where I needed them to be, I revisited this Pacific Palms because Julio kept emailing me. I mean, the nerve of this sales manager following up like this, right? So he kept following up, and I said, you know what? Let me just take a look at this proposal again. And I looked at it, I was like, this is not half bad. And I asked for some things, and he was able to give me some concessions. We got it. And I said, I threw a curveball. I said, it was like on I don't know, Tuesday afternoon or Tuesday morning. I said, hey, I want to come down there and take a look at the hotel. Thinking that, oh, I don't have time, blah, blah, blah. No, he said, okay, what time are you going to be here? I mean, it was like 8:30 in the morning. First of all, sales manager in the office at 8:30. Hey, thumbs up to that. And then two, he said, yeah, I'm available now. Come in at like 10:30. Or no, he asked me, what time do you want to come in? I said, I can be there like at 10:30. He said, okay, let's do it. Let's ask for me at the front desk, and I'll make sure I'm available. I did. I went down there, like I said, 40 minutes. I think it probably took about 50 minutes to get there. And then we met, saw everything, had lunch, and send me the contract. And I signed it the next week, only because Julio followed up. That's, like I said, sometimes that can be something, an anomaly, a sales manager following up, right? So, because that's half the battle a lot of times, right? Well, he followed up, and now we're going to this hotel for the family reunion. And who knows? If it goes well, we may consider the next time as well. Who knows? We don't know that yet, but let's go through this. And this is in July, July 24th through 26th. So we're going to find out. And don't worry, I'm going to take you with me. I'm going to bring you along with me on the journey to see how this reunion's going, and you'll know. So, anyway, so this is kind of a pond. That's not a pool, that's a pond. So, if you look to your left, kind of top left or in the middle left, you'll see that's the pool area. Another blue kind of section over there. That's the pool right there. But this is a pond right there, or a fountain, a pond and a fountain kind of thing. This is a view from one of the guest rooms. I mean, look at that golf course right there. Look at the view. That's of going towards Los Angeles. That's looking west. So that is in the mountains right there, the San Gabriel Mountains on the right. I mean, oh my God. You know what? Can you beat that view? I don't think so. And check this out right here. So if you getting married, gazebo, overlooking the San Gabriel Mountains. Come on now. Is there a better view than that one? With the green, the lush grass. It looks like carpet. Come on. This is all at the Pacific Palms Resort. So you guys didn't even know that. You didn't even know it existed. A lot of people don't even know this hotel is even there. And I always talk about visibility, right? Visibility is a main factor why people don't book something, because they don't book it because they don't know it. So you have to be aware of it. So, whoever's in charge of their marketing and branding, they need to do a better job of, what am I trying to say? Of visibility, of creating visibility. That's what they need to do. And this is out. I mean, this is gonna be the perfect area right here to be sitting outside, maybe eating some snacks, having a drink, just kind of taking it all in, just relaxing with family and friends. I mean, come on now. Isn't this a great place for that? I think it is. I think it's gonna be. Another guest room, and you can see the view from that room right there. Most of the rooms have balconies, if I'm not mistaken. Mm-mm-mm-mm. And this is right outside alongside the bar. They have a billiard table or a pool table, if you will. So I guess I'll be, taking people's money, playing pool. So taking people's money. Okay, real quick, there's a topic. I always have a topic for the show, and the topic for today: events, conferences, and fam trips. Are they really serving your business? You know how we always go to certain things, right? Well, I guess I'm speaking for myself. Being a business owner, can you make it to every single thing? Can you go to all the fam trips? Can you go to all the events? Can you attend all the conferences? No, you can't. But a lot of people try to do that, right? And you know, I'm not trying to, how you run your business and how you run your business, right? But sometimes, you have to look at it and say, is it actually serving my business? Okay. Can I do all these things? And should I do all these things? Am I getting out of what I'm putting into these events, right? So I just said, you know what? I don't know why this came to my mind, but maybe because I went to an event last night, I'm like, you know what? I need to do more of these. But then I'm like, do I need to do more of these? Or do I need to qualify the events that I attend? Meaning, do they serve my business like, I want them to, or like I need them to? And that's the perspective that I took. So I had to take a step back and like, that's a good one, Russell. Let's think about that. And let's come up with a topic and let's talk about it today at 1 o'clock. That was this morning. I said that to myself. So, real quick, in hospitality, we're constantly being invited to something: hotel grand openings, networking receptions, industry conferences, fam trips. And on the surface, they all sound like great opportunities, don't they? But here's the real question I want to talk about today, just real quick. Okay. Just because you're invited, does that mean it's actually serving your business? That's a good one right there. Because your time matters, your presence matters, and how you show up and where you show up should always be intentional. I'm always talking about intentionality and making sure we're doing things with a purpose, not just doing them just because you think it's the thing to do, because you've been invited and they're gonna have food there and they're gonna have drinks and all that stuff. You know what? I've drank enough in my life and damn sure have eaten enough. Oh man, that was a good one. So number one. So of course I limit this to three. I always do. I never go over. Well, I try not to go over three things because I don't want to lose anybody. Although I probably lost everybody anyway, but that's okay. We're gonna get through this. We're gonna get through this. Number one. These are key talking points that I'm gonna go over. Will there be clients there? This is the one question you should ask yourself. Will there be clients or potential clients there? This is always the first question. You have to go beyond just people will be there and really think about it. Are these my clients? Are they like corporate groups, sports teams, associations, etc.? That's basically the makeup of the client base that I have, right? So I have to look at and ask myself, do they fit what I'm looking for, or the people or the groups that I currently have, or clients that I currently have, right? Are decision makers attending or just attendees? Who's going to be there? Who's the makeup of these people, right? Sometimes we can find out and sometimes we can't, depending on what it is. Is this a major event? Is this a fam trip? Is this a conference that we're attending? I mean, we have to do our homework and find out exactly who are these people? What is the makeup of the people that are going to be there? Or are they just, just going there? I'm just going to go there, have a good time. I need some time off. I'm going to go there. Well, that's always the wrong reason to go anyway, right? So you have to, like I said, I think of everything from my business. And don't think I'm perfect, all right? I'm not 100% perfect, but for the most part, when I'm dealing with going to fam trips and all these things, can my clients or will my clients use this property, use this destination? If I know I'm not doing anything in South America, although clients change all the time, but I got to look at history. History tells me that right now I'm not doing anything in South America. Okay, that's what history is telling me right now, my past history. So if a fam tour comes up in South America, more likely I'm not going to go. Okay, I can't go to that. I have to turn that one down. Okay, as much as I want to go to South America, it's not about that, right? It's not about the trip. It's about, why am I going on this trip, and is there any potential of me getting anything from that? Okay, but now then again, I have to find out who's going to be there. Maybe there's some potential clients that will be there. Maybe there's some of my current clients that are going that I didn't have not communicated with in a while, or haven't seen them in a while. Now that could be a reason to go, right? So we just have to just look and qualify, and quantify, is this a good thing for me to do, right? So there you go. So will I have actual access to them, or will it be a room full of conversations that don't move the needle? For example, a conference might have thousands of people, but if none of them are your target client, then what is the real return on your time? Because remember, we still have to work, right? Especially if you own your own business, right? You still have to work. I mean, I know we can work on the go or in our guest rooms and all that while we're traveling, but is that the best use of your time? For example, a conference. Okay, I already said that. This is about quality of audience, not quantity of people. Quality of audience versus the quantity of people. Okay, so just remember that. Number two, will there be new potential partners there? Now, that's a good one. Now, let's shift, because not every opportunity is about direct business. Some of your business wins come from partnerships. Like last night, okay, I did not go there looking for business. I think that would have been a wrong thing for me to go to this event looking for business. I went there to look at for partners, right? Potential partners. Nicole is a potential partner of mine. Okay. Um, so if I have something that meets, because I have a list of all the Sage hotels, right? So of course I'm gonna look at those. If I'm looking at if I have a potential to go to a, certain, say, Dallas or whatever, I'm gonna look at my list of Sage hotels and see if there's any that fit for my particular group that's going to Dallas. Okay, so if Sage happens to have hotels in Dallas, I'm going to be looking like, okay, let me look at my list here first, and then see, okay, I'll include them on the RFP. So yeah, so it's important that we reach out and connect with partners or potential partners as well, because they're partners, right? They're the ones that are going to able to maybe push an RFP through, or to get a proposal, or maybe in this case, if the hotel that I'm sending this proposal to or the RFP to is not responding, maybe Nicole can give them a nudge and say, "Hey, Russell of Hotels sent you an RFP. Can you respond to that? Because it's potentially it can turn into business. Potentially, it can turn into business." So there you go. So it's good to have those partners out there. Some of your biggest wins will come from partnerships. Hotels connecting with site selectors, DMOs connecting with planners, brands connecting with media platforms. Ask yourself this: can I meet people who can prefer business to me, or who can refer business to me? Are there partners I can collaborate with long term? Is this room where relationships are actually being built, or just quick introductions? Like, yeah, I don't think you know that until you get there. But once you get there, then you have to fill it out, right? Like last night, there were people from Sage that was there, Sage Hospitality. So I was able to meet them, right? People that at the Sage Hotel, the Hotel Per LA here in Los Angeles, I met with those people. I'd never met these people before, didn't know them. Okay. So when I potentially do have something for that hotel, guess what? I know who to call. I know how to reach out to. And I've already connected with some of those people on LinkedIn. Okay, so if anything, when you walk away, you need to make sure you follow up. So you follow up with the people that you met with. Just like I said, I just connected with some people this morning on LinkedIn, people that I met yesterday. Let's see. For example, a fam trip may not give you immediate business, but it can create 5 to 10 strong relationships that turn into business over time. There you go. That's how it works. And that works from a hotel perspective too. Hotel people, salespeople shouldn't expect to get anything. You meet somebody for the first time and all of a sudden you think they're going to give you business. That doesn't happen like that. Okay. A lot of times we go to these conferences, conventions, or whatever, and as salespeople, hotel salespeople, we think we're supposed to walk out of there with business. No, you're supposed to walk out of there with relationships and people understand who you are, who you work for, and all that kind of stuff, right? Everyone, like I said, 99% of the people that go to those conferences, 99% of the hotel people or the DMO people that attend those come back with nothing. Okay. They come back with no business. Okay. And then they may come back with a lot of relationships, but the relationships are only if they follow up. So there's still work to be done. Even for me, like I said, any event that I attend, I need to follow up and follow with an email. I sent Nicole an email this morning, thanking her for inviting me. We were already connected on LinkedIn, which is great. And then some of the other people that I met with, I connected with LinkedIn with them today. So that's the follow up, right? So I don't know what's going to happen next, but we're going to continue. Hopefully, we continue to communicate, even if it's on LinkedIn. We should continue to communicate. And number three. Number three. See, we're almost done here. We're almost done already, right? What's the strategy before, during, and after the event? This is the one that separates being busy from being productive. Before the event, do you know who's attending? Sometimes you can get a list of people, especially if you're going to conferences and conventions, because you have one-on-one appointments. You know who these people are because it gives you a bio on everybody. So know who the heck they are. Look at those bios at the people that you're going to meet with. So know something about them before you sit down or before they sit down with you. Do you know who's attending? That was number one. Have you scheduled meetings or intentional conversations? There you go. You can do that. Do you have a goal like 3 new connections, 1 partnership, 1 client lead? I mean, whatever. I mean, that's in your head. Whatever you want to, whatever you want to accomplish. Make sure you write that stuff down and you remember that. During the event, are you introducing yourself with purpose? Are you asking the right questions? Are you creating content like photos, videos, interviews to extend your presence? I do that all the time. Okay. A lot of people don't do that. I do, but that's what I do, right? I'm all about creating content wherever I go. After the event, this is where most people miss it. They miss the point on this one. Are you following up within 24 to 72 hours? I mean, I don't put a label on that, but by end of the week, are you following up by the end of the week? Okay. That's what I do. That's what I do. Are you connecting on LinkedIn with a message? I just mentioned that, right? Yes, I follow up with LinkedIn all the time. Are you continuing the conversation in a meaningful way? Because here's the reality. You can attend 5 conferences, 3 fam trips, and 10 receptions. But if there's no follow-up, no strategy, and no continuation, you were just present, not productive. So you want to be productive, not just present, right? You want to make sure you're following up. So if you have all these appointments, make sure you follow up. I mean, it's great to have appointments, it's great to talk to people, but you have to follow up, because if you don't follow up, guess what happens? They forget about you. Transparently Tasha. Transparently Tasha. Thank you so much for joining this on air with Russell of Hotels. They're over on Instagram, so I do appreciate that. So we have 2 people on Instagram. I see Island Hotelier and then Transparently Tasha. Thank you so much for joining. Do I know Transparently Tasha? If you guys are still there, let me know what city that you're joining in from. I love to know that, because this is what I do, right? I mean, I just need to know that. I need to know where I'm reaching. That's it. So I think that was it, right? So whether it's a hotel grand opening, a reception, a conference, or a fam trip, don't just attend because you were invited. Ask yourself, will there be potential clients there? Will there be a new potential partners there? And do I have a strategy to turn this into an opportunity? Because it's not about being everywhere. It's about being in the right rooms with the right people and making the right moves before, during, and after you get there. So it's all about that, right? The work starts when you leave, right? The work is not really when you're there, because you can meet 100 people. That's fine. But if you don't follow up with those 100 people, then did you just waste your time? Maybe so. If you don't follow up with them, they don't follow up with you, you don't follow up with them, then what? Okay, there's somebody I met. Oh yeah. Somebody I met at a thing, like 2 years ago. Maybe you recognize them. I know you from somewhere, right? Where was it? We all have those moments, right? But yeah, so make it intentional. Make sure we're following up with people, because that's where business gets more business gets lost uh, by not following up. I mean, is there a number associated with that? I don't think there's a number. I don't think you can come with a number, but some people would be very disappointed if they really, looked at all that stuff, right? It's like, okay, what is the potential if I do follow up? Well, guess what? If you don't follow up, there's 0% potential that you're going to get anything from them. 0%. Okay, but if you do follow up, at least you're in the game, right? So at least do that. And of course, I have a quote I'm going to end this with, right? Of course, I have a quote. Being in the room creates the opportunity. What you do before and after determines if you actually capture it. That means capture the opportunity. Okay. Being in the room creates the opportunity. What you do before and after determines if you actually capture it. Boom. There you go. There you go. Okay, so real quick, who's hiring? So I'm gonna get to and these jobs. I believe these jobs are in there. Well, most of the jobs I mentioned are in a greater Los Angeles area. In fact, I only have one today anyway, and it is in a greater LA area. I see D. Anthony Langston. What's going on, D? What's going on? See, there you go. See, I appreciate people just tuning in, seeing what's going on. I know everybody's busy. They just hop on for a quick second, and I appreciate that. So as long as I can give a quick shout out to somebody, that's what I'm going to do. So shout out to DeAnthony Langston. Appreciate you. Transparently Tasha, thank you. And Island Hotel, yay. Appreciate you guys tuning in on Instagram. Where are you guys located? I mean, I know where D is, I think. But if you're still there, D, let me know where you are right now. You're at work, you're on the road, you're traveling, you're doing your thing, but whatever that is, let me know real quick. So, real quick, who's hiring? I only have one thing. So, this is the Cali Hotel, and I think I'm saying this right. I'm pronouncing it correctly. Kali, Cali Hotel. Now, this is an autograph collection. So, this is an autograph collection This is the new hotel that's going by SoFi Stadium. A lot of people don't even know there is a new hotel going by SoFi because you can't necessarily see it from the road, from the street you're driving on. Or maybe you see a building like, what the heck is that building? Okay, so Cali Hotel is going to be an autograph collection, which means it's going to be in the Marriott family of hotels. So you can get your Bonvoy points and all that stuff. So it's going to be a 300, I can't think exact number, but 300 plus room hotel right next to SoFi Stadium. Okay, that's where the Rams and Chargers play. This is the first new build in Inglewood, and probably since Inglewood was, formed. No, I'm joking, but it's it's the first hotel in Inglewood in a long time. Okay, new build, 300. I don't think there's ever been a 300 room hotel in Inglewood. No, it hasn't been, because the hotels at the airport, they're close to Inglewood, but they're not in Inglewood. Those are actually in Los Angeles. Okay, so LAX hotels like the Marriott, the Sheraton, the Hyatt, all those are in Los Angeles. I mean, SoFi is only maybe a mile and a half or 2 miles from there, but they are technically in Los Angeles. So this is the first major hotel, Cali Hotel autograph collection in Inglewood, right next to the stadium. Okay, so you heard it here first. If you didn't know that, you heard it here first. And they're looking for a director of revenue management, a dorm, DORM. Okay, so if you're interested in being a director of revenue management for the Cali Hotel autograph collection, the one in Inglewood right next to the stadium, that'd be great. I think any position there would be great. I think that hotel is going to be great. I can't wait for it to open so I can go and talk about it. I mean, go and see it and then talk about it here on this platform. I just can't wait for that. And yeah, so I think that was it on that one, right? And then I looked at searchwide.com. There's a lot of C-suite opportunities there. So, for CEOs or potential CEOs of like CVBs and DMOs, if you're interested in that, that's the site to go to. That's the website to go, searchwide.com. If you're looking for sales positions with DMOs and CVBs and C-suite opportunities like CEOs and yeah, chairman of the board, all that kind of stuff for DMOs and CVBs. Go searchwide.com and you'll find all that stuff there. So that is it, I believe. Let me just go back over here to Instagram and see if anybody has anything to say. Nope, they don't. That's okay. So like I said, today I didn't think it was going to be that long. So I appreciate everyone coming on and doing what you do and the support and all that stuff. Even for the people that will be on the replay, it's just as important for people to watch the replay as it is to be on live. I do love when people come on live because people tend to make comments and questions and all that stuff, and I appreciate that. But if you can't, you don't have time, I understand. The replay is just as important. So the replay is actually on the same platform that I'm live on. That would be Instagram, that would be YouTube, that'd be Facebook, and that would be Instagram. Okay, so feel free. If you were not connected on either one of those platforms, please connect with me, Russell L. Edmond, EDMOND, or Russell of Hotels. In fact, this right here is my QR code, so that my email is right there. So if you click on that with your phone, you'll just take your cell phone out and go to the camera selection, and then it'll light up and just hit that button right there, and my information right there. If you want to email me, feel free to do that. And I don't know if people even notice that that's there. That's what that is. That is a QR code. So it's on every other, and I strategically do this, right? So every other slide that I go to or scene will have that QR code. So you can feel free to just put that QR code in there. And if you want to check out my website, just go russellofhotels.com. That's all you got to do. russellofhotels.com. In fact, let me put that up there too. Let me just put that up here. So this right here, boom, right there. See that QR code? So that will take care of everything. So if I got rid of this QR code, can I get rid of that QR code? I guess not. Oh yeah, I can. Boom, there you go. So, okay, so now you can just put this right here and add to go to my website. You'll see my website, russellofhotels.com, or my email. there you go. So you got it all taken care of right there. So feel free to do that. Doesn't matter if you're live or not, just do it and it'll always work. So anyway, that is it. I appreciate you guys joining me on air with Russell of Hotels, that live hospitality talk show. This was show number 341, I believe. Yeah, it was 341. I'll be back next week to do another one, 342. But remember, I do the daily check-in Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. So tomorrow will be Thursday, and I'll be doing it on that day. Okay. And I guess I have tomorrow, Wednesday, and Thursday, and Friday, right? So I'm always doing a daily check-in as well. So if I'm not doing on air on Tuesday, I'm doing a daily check-in. So you got 5 days a week of me. If you wanted it or not, I'm gonna be here. So anyway, that is it. Guys, have a great day. Happy Tuesday. And remember, today's Taco Tuesday, right? So make sure you guys go out and have some tacos and beer. And that sound good? Tacos and beer. Anyway, that is it. You guys have a great day and a great week, and we'll